guys, it's Laura from Doggy U, and today we're going to be learning to do a front foot target with your dog. A front foot target is the precursor skill for a bunch of other different skills, including box work, some competition obedience stuff, different tricks, as well as being able to put your paws up on something to do different stretches and physical therapy exercises. So let's get started. Alright, so today we have Gypsy here, and we're going to work on a front foot target. Now, Gypsy's done just a few sessions with shaping with the clicker, but it's not something that she does all the time. So what we're going to be looking for here is to shape her getting excited to put her front feet on this platform, and we can use that for a lot of other applications down the line. Really quick here, I just want to go over why we're shaping this instead of just luring this exercise. When we lure, our dog isn't thinking as hard about what its body is doing, and because part of the point of teaching this skill to your dog is that we want them really thinking about how they're using their body in space, I want to shape this exercise. It means that the dog is going to be the initiator of the skill, it requires them to be an active thinking participant, and it better magnetizes them to the platform while they're learning to use their feet. So I really recommend that you shape this front foot target versus lure it if you're going to use it for other tricks and other behaviors long term. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure if the object is already on the ground, I'm picking it up and then putting it down to start our session. What I'm using here is an upturned feed bin. You can get these at like Tractor Supply, or I'll put a link down in the description. Alright, so I'm going to put this down, and immediately as soon as she even looks at it, I'm going to click and reward. So object goes down, I click, I reward by throwing the cookie away from the object. As soon as she turns back towards the object, I'm going to throw another cookie. Throwing the cookies away allows me to get a really clear read if she's engaging with the object. So I'm going to wait for her to get a little closer, touch it with her nose perhaps to investigate. Yeah, so there she put a foot right on it. I love that. Nice little leap there. Good. Another foot on it. I'm going to reward. Now this is a small bucket, so it's not nice. It's not going to be easy for her to put both feet on. We have done a little work with her with putting both feet on an elevated platform, but it was stable and large. Good, very nice. As I start seeing her doing the 1 foot thing, that's when I'm raising my criteria to, which means that I'm not going to click unless she actually puts a foot on it. Beautiful. Now, if you're struggling with this, what you want to do is put yourself between the dog and the object. So that means I'm going to throw in that direction so that when she comes back, she has to at least pass this object, which gives me something to click for. This is especially important if your dog is relatively new to shaping behavior. So now I'm going to wait for a moment and see, we've got the 1 foot. Can she think about what I want? I'm going to stare at the bucket and not at her. Yes, lovely. So when I don't stare at my dog and I instead stare at the piece of equipment, she thinks about, okay, it's not that I want some behavior that I normally do, such as a sit. She's waiting for me to do something else. And that's what I'm waiting for here, is for her to 1 foot, and let's see if we can get a full foot on. Now, because it's been a little bit of a time and she's in a new environment, I'm going to click for just re-engagement here because she did get distracted. Yay! Lovely! And Gypsy's a 9-month-old German Shepherd. She is a potential guide dog, little puppy in training here. So now I'm feeding in position. She got both feet on. I'm going to feed in position a couple of times, and then ideally I'm going to toss away a cookie that's not as good a value. So I was feeding hot dogs on the platform, and I'm going to feed nice try. I'm going to try and feed kibble to throw away for her. Good. Very nice. So I'm going to feed on the platform again a couple times. So I'm going to feed 3 times and then release word free, toss the cookie away. So I'm starting even here to build a little bit of duration into the behavior and have her think about staying there until she's released. Lovely. Free. So once she can do it between, where the object is between her and I, she's got to think about it here. And she got distracted because I was putting my hand in my treat pouch, so there's a good little tip. Don't put your hand in your treat pouch. I'm going to help her here because she's trying, and then reset her. for her to come back again. We're just gonna wait her out, see if she can think about that other leg. Oh, and she went over to her mom, so that means that was a little too stressful for her. So I'm gonna reward for that. Now she's a little heavy, so she flipped the bucket a little bit, so we're just gonna put that back in place. Now she's over there sniffing at my dog's crates. Good girl. Yes, there we go. Nice job. And again, this is a young dog, so it's to be expected that she's going to get distracted by things. I'm gonna let her do a little sniffing, and then if I feel if it's gone on a little bit too long and she's not re-engaging, I might call her name out, or it might be a good indicator that this session is too much, especially if it's in your household and not, say, in a new house like hers is. Once your dog has an understanding of a front foot target, you can generalize that to other objects. Now, Gypsy had done a larger platform, so we had gone with the smaller platform to show you what shaping looked like with that little round feed bucket. But now we're working here on a surface that is unstable for her, so something that she hasn't really experienced a lot of, which is the Paws equipment. So here I'm doing the same shaping behavior of just starting by rewarding for looking at the target, the front foot target, then stepping towards it, 1 foot on, 2 feet on, and I'm feeding and rewarding on the bone until she gets kind of magnetized to it. What we're looking for is a behavior loop. What that means is I throw the cookie away, she immediately comes back and puts her front feet on. That's when I start knowing that she's really mastering the skill. And it's also, if I were adding a cue, where I would start adding a cue when I had a clean loop. I'll link to my adding a cue video up here on this video. But look at how nicely I'm throwing the cookie and she's going right back to it. And notice there, I'm now upping the challenge by tossing the cookie behind and seeing if she's able to go ahead and get back on the platform from behind me and no longer having that visual eye contact with me. So she's struggling a little bit, so I threw her an easy one there. And she went back to being able to do it. So that's awesome. So we've generalized to this flatter type bone, and now we're going to work on generalizing to a peanut, which is significantly more challenging. The challenge with the peanut is that she's going to have to really think about how to use her body to get all the way up onto that higher platform. Now, it's going to take her a little while, but that's okay. What we want in our goal of teaching this front paw target is that we can use it for other behaviors. We can use it, for instance, to start teaching the dog to stack. We can have their front legs on one thing and their back legs on another thing and do different exercises with that. And then a front foot target is also useful for cute little tricks like putting their paws up, say, on a fence so that you can do like a little photo shoot with your dog, as well as teaching positioning type activities. For instance, if you're teaching a block and cover for your service dog, sometimes I'll use a front foot target to teach that, as well as some of the fun tricks like teaching your dog to go between your legs, what we call a peekaboo. I'll teach sometimes with a front foot target so that the dog knows exactly where their placement should be. We're just trying to make everything clear for our dog. Now look at how hard she's working with her feet there up on that peanut. So we're not going to do too much more of this. This is a young dog, and really we're only using the peanut to teach her how to be comfortable on an unstable surface. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Hit that little bell button so you get notified anytime a new video comes out, which is at least once a month and usually more. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to suggest an upcoming video, make sure you put it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and happy training.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next video. Subscribe now and never miss an episode.